Hello and welcome to this video where we're going to go ahead and show you how to upgrade PatchMon's Docker instance version 1.2.8 to 1.3.0. I'm really excited actually because there's a lot of improvements and a lot of changes that have been made over the last few weeks of development in order to get PatchMon to a level where it's really efficient. So on the left hand side of my screen here on this laptop, which is running Pop! OS, it's also running the Docker container, which we can see some of the logs on the right hand side there, the console. And we also have the traditional, I should say, uh, bash based script in the user local bin directory. We have the patchmon-agent.sh there, and that is also in my cron tab as well. Now, the new agent runs as a binary file as a service, and it's built using the Golang language, and it's a lot more efficient. And we have a WebSocket connection between the agent all the way to the server that is persistent, ready to accept commands, etc. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to just um, cancel that. I'm going to also do Docker compose um, down, and I am in the directory where my Docker compose file is currently. So I'm going to go to, I like using Vim, and edit the Docker compose file, and we need to add another service. So I've started to create some documentation um, around the edits that we need to make. The first edit or the first change or thing that we need to add is the new Redis service. This Redis service, it will act as the database backend for the BullMQ, which is going to handle all the automations for PatchMon going forward. So let's do set paste insert, and I am going to go ahead and um, paste that. Yep. Okay. Just press enter and enter. Okay. So we have to go ahead and add a password here. So where it says your Redis password. For now, I'm just going to put coffee because I am having some coffee. Coffee 123, right? And we also need to go ahead and change the password in the test command for the health check as well. So let's go ahead and put that in there. Let's put in coffee 123. Okay, great. So we've added the configuration here for the Redis container and the image. The second thing we need to do is we need to add in now the environment variables for the backend to use in relation to Redis itself. So I'm going to copy that little snippet, and let's go here, and just underneath the cause origin URL, my laptop, I've called it Fabio. No idea what that means or where I've got it from, just randomly popped in my head. Okay, Redis host, Redis port and password. So let's go ahead and amend this to our super secure coffee 123 password here. Finally, right at the bottom, we need to go ahead and add a um, persistent volume called Redis underscore data with a colon. Okay, so we've added um, Redis related information in the Docker Compose file. I'm going to go ahead and right quit this, and we are going to do a Docker Compose pull so that we can now actually, before I do this, I need to go in and actually change my tags for the backend and front end. Now you won't need to do this. The only reason I'm doing this at the moment is because at the time of recording this video, I've not actually released 1.3.0 as a tag. So um, I am just going to use the edge, which uses the main branch and the information on there. So let's do a Docker compose pull, and we are going to, we can see now that it's pulling, or it's pulled the Redis image. and we're going to wait for it to do the rest as well. Great. Um, so we're nearly done. Quite excited. So let's now, we are able to see that the pull is complete. I'm going to clear my screen and let's do a Docker compose up. Okay, let's see it. Let's see it dancing thing for us. Here we go. So it's completed a few migrations we have just seen um, above there, which is good. And um, everything else is fine. So we can see that it's found new binaries in the app agents folder, and it's started everything else. So let's go back onto our um, Fabio URL. So let's just see if it might want us to log back in. No. Now, it's always best practice to completely, reset your cache. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and empty cache and hard reload. And this way we get all the nice new buttons. So first of all, you get a new automation button here, which we're going to go through in a few moments time. However, what we're going to look at is the automatic upgrade between 1.2.8 all the way to 1.3.0. The way we do this at the moment um, is we have an intermediary script that is labeled as 1.2.9, and that handles the installation of binary and agent and the rest of it. Okay, so we're going to go to total hosts. Now we have an offline red sort of tag or label here regarding its WebSocket connection. So we're using WebSockets, and we can see that it is still on version 1.2.8. The last update was 9 minutes ago when I just set this server up. So let's go into it, and we can still see it's currently offline. So now at the moment, what's going to happen is if we do patchmon agent .sh and we do update, okay, so it's going to go ahead, collect this information, do the update, and update as normal. So the shell command is actually still compatible with the version of 1.3.0 for it to send information out, though obviously without the binary version, we will miss some of the newer features. But I'm just going to show you something here within regards to the current way that it's updating. So fine, it's doing some updates, great, but it's not yet upgraded itself. Okay, so if we go ahead and refresh this, I can see that the last update was 13 seconds ago, and if I go to package reports, I can also see the I should zoom in for you. You can see the timing here as well. Now let me go and handle in settings. We've got agent updates tab. So there is a toggle here where it says enable automatic agent updates. Once this is enabled, the next time the cron tab runs, it will go ahead and download the intermediary script 1.2.9, and then that will handle the conversion for us. So I'm going to go ahead and press save. Great. The second thing I'm going to do is just show you this agent version tab. Um, and we're going to see that we have a few options here as well. Nothing really to worry about at the moment, to be honest with you. But the main thing is that we've gone ahead and enabled automatic agent updates, and the host also has the agent auto update toggle that is enabled. Okay. Now let's go on our right hand side and of the terminal, and we will go ahead and type in the patchmon-agent.sh space update. Now, obviously, um, this is the exact command that's going to run at 5 minutes past every hour anyway. So we are just going to run that, and we're going to see it in real time upgrade itself. So let's press enter. Okay. And now keep an eye on this offline tag here as well on the left hand side. And also, I'll show you something cool. I mean, at the moment, excuse me, the operating system for my Pop! OS laptop is currently detected as Ubuntu 22.04. Oh, hang on a minute. Look on the right hand side. We're able to see that it's doing some magic where it's. So let's go through this because, okay, so we run the update and it's saying checking for agent updates, agent update available, updating. So it updates it, it downloads the latest script, agent updates successfully, updated version 1.2.9, sending updated information to PatchMon. Now it's detected legacy agent execution, so it's gone ahead and now started to migrate um, between the bash agent, which is the shell command, and to the Go binary. So it's downloaded the binary according to the architecture. It's just made sure that the time and date is right. Um, and we are now getting the information. It's just checking itself. Great. And it's gone ahead and made some backups of files. I've done it a few times, so that's why we're seeing it multiple times there. And it's moving some configuration files. Now, it's created a new file called config.yml inside the etc patchmon directory. And it's also converting the credentials.txt to credentials.yml. We're trying to standardize a lot of the configuration files and other things to like, YAML basically. It's just a lot more easier to work with. So let's go ahead and yep, rotating log file. This machine is already enrolled in Patchmon. Fantastic. And the agent will be reinstalled. Okay. It's now testing the API credentials. Um, okay. So Patchmon agent service started successfully and WebSocket connection is now established. If we look on our left hand side, we can see here the WebSocket um, tag or label, or whatever you want to call it, indicator flashing to show that it's connected. If it shows WS, it means that it's connected via WebSocket. If it shows WSS, it means it's connected via WebSocket Secure, which is the HTTPS version. Please, if you're going to have this in production or anywhere near the internet anyway, have this on a HTTPS connection. Having WebSockets through normal plain text is highly insecure. Okay, great. So, and then we go down and we're able to see that it's done it, and it's then given us a bit of a summary about what's done, what the next steps are, but we don't have to do any of them because it's all done for us, okay? And it's also gone ahead and told us about the operating system and the laptop, the agent version, where the log files are here, okay? Now I am actually going to go ahead and copy this because I'm going to tail it and we're going to run a few commands and see the log files being amended. Okay, that's fine. That's great. So I'm happy with that. So the first command we're going to run is just systemctl status patchmon agent. Okay, enter. We can see that it is active, running, and it's also enabled. So it's going to be enabled at startup. Great. This service outputs all of its logs inside this directory, which is in the etc patchmon directory. In fact, I'm going to go to this directory here, cd, okay, and we're going to be able to see some of the config files and the credentials file and the logs. So let's go into logs, and we're going to just tail f patchmon agent log, okay. Oh, there we go. So now we're seeing stuff here. So the really cool thing now, if I've refreshed that, we've got now the operating system as Pop! OS and the agent version showing as 1.3.0. And oh, I can't remember who actually requested this, but you can now assign a host to multiple groups. It was in our Discord channel. and someone was saying, please can we have it so that we can assign it to multiple groups. So that's all done now as well, by the way. So it's a neat feature. So we have here on the left hand side the new automation button on page. This goes ahead and loads up if Redis is loaded, and it shows us any scheduled tasks regarding the server or the agent, etc. Okay, so let me just get rid of that part. Okay, go on. Let's do this. So session cleanup. This runs every hour. I can run it manually. Great. That was showing us success. I can do a GitHub update check. In fact, it'll be better if I go ahead and um, show you the Docker logs at the same time on the console. Let's do a GitHub update check, and we press play or start, and it's doing stuff at the moment. Obviously, at the moment, GitHub is showing 1.2.8, whilst the current is showing us 1.3.0. So that's why it's showing us update available false. Okay, orphaned repository cleanup. Now, this is an important feature. If you have multiple hosts and you know you've deleted a few hosts and the repositories that were associated to that host isn't associated with any other, then this at daily 2 a.m. will do like a bit of a cleanup to remove any repositories or packages that are now not associated with them, with any hosts, because viewing that data is irrelevant. So that's all happening. So if I press play, they're all going to happen. The really cool one is for any agent that is connected via WebSocket at the moment, um, we can initiate a full collection for all of them by pressing the run now from the PatchMon server. So let me repeat this. Normally, yes, the agents on the servers are, are what is sending the package and the repository information to PatchMon server. However, we can initiate a collection from PatchMon directly. And this is really cool because it has a persistent web connection, WebSocket connection. It's able to, through that, um, collect and command it to do so. So this is like almost the beginning of starting to make edits and starting to command the server for things such as patch management, which is hopefully going to come soon. So let's just press run now, and when I press this, on my right hand side, I have the agent logs being tailed. So we should see that kick in and take effect, which it has done. I press play or run, and straight away it's gone ahead and ask the agent to collect information and send it over to PatchMon. This is really fast, and efficiency and speed is like key. As a system administrator, you want to do things like really quick and fast and things be in real time. And that's why we chose the architecture of utilizing React and Node, and a bit more modern architectures and software languages and etc. Is we're trying to make it as asynchronous as possible. Now, behind the scenes of this page and the automation, we are using BullMQ. BullMQ also can come with a BullMQ bullboard, which sort of shows us a bit more insights and some deeper details as to the commands. So I thought, wouldn't it be cool if we just pressed Q monitor and the bullboard appears? That is awesome, right? Because you can actually go ahead and full screen this, and we can view the Redis information through Bullboard, and we can see relating to the queue. This is going to get sort of filled out a little bit. It lays a foundation here for the future when it comes to um, monitoring or making any updates and that kind of thing. Okay, it's really cool. So let us go back onto the PatchMon server here, and we're going to go to um, hosts. Okay, and we can see we have a WebSocket connection here. There's a lot of columns now. We need to see what's valuable to us. So here you're able to actually disable or enable and reorder the columns as you wish. That's something that's quite important. And same actually with the dashboard. You can go ahead and press this customize and reorder and make things visible or not visible on this dashboard itself. Okay. I'm going to be completely honest with you. This graph, it needs a little bit of work on the logic because um, like it's showing 251 outdated packages and I'm not 100% sure it's not 251. You see, I just need to fix that logic a little bit. It's a small bug in the way that it summarizes it for all hosts, etc. But I'm gonna get onto that. I put it in there to sort of like get feedback and see how it works. Um, so yeah, there we go. That is a very hopefully quick video. Don't know how long I've spent now on upgrading PatchMon from version 1.2.8 all the way to 1.3.0. The main thing was to amend the Docker Compose file and to ensure that the um, agent update automation is ticked in the settings area. Okay, and we have the branding. This all came out in 1.2.8 to be honest. The URL configuration. This is taken from the Compose environment files. Integrations is pretty cool. The Proxmox LXC auto enrollment works even with the new binary. I've amended a few things and we got it fixed. Get homepage. This is kind of beta, but it does work. And Docker still needs some love and attention. It does work, but there might be scenarios where it doesn't. The Docker integration here it's all gonna get a bit more love soon with taking an inventory of containers and then cross-referencing those available images versus the locally hosted images and seeing if they need updates to to get handled. I'm really excited about the future of PatchMon. There has been a lot of community involvement. Within 6 weeks, we've had, you know, quite a lot of work done. We were already on 401 stored on the repository. I still need to do a lot of work with the whole backend and um, bringing more attention towards it. The Discord community is absolutely awesome. Keeps me awake day and night. We're over 100 members on there, and most of you guys who'll be watching this are from the community. And if you're not, please do join because it's a fantastic place where we can all share ideas and go from there. If you find any issues with this, please go ahead and raise an issue on the GitHub page. I regularly look at this and then I arrange that in the project roadmap where I go ahead and split it out regarding the status or the release version, etc. And I use this as my sort of task list almost. Um, that's all for now. This video was dedicated to the Docker side. The sort of standalone script where we look at installing it on a bare metal system or a VM outside of Docker, I need to just fine tune that a little bit with the setup update command to go ahead and handle the installation of Redis and amend some of the Nginx configuration to handle bullboard and this, that, the other as well. So there's a bit of logic that needs working on that. It's quite hard to maintain multiple environments. Some people have it on a Docker container, which is the preferred method. It's just easy. You saw how easy it was. We just changed the Docker Compose and we pull the new image and we go from there. And some people have it on a bare metal type VM or LXC container. There are lots of requests where people want a community script version for Proxmox. All that's coming, but obviously we are just sort of working through it at the moment. And thank you so much for your time in watching this video. Any issues, please do give us a shout. I'm always on Discord as well, and I'll speak to you guys very soon. Thank you so much.